Listen, y'all bear with me, please. I'm just getting in this house, trying to get it together. Please bear with me. I'm working on it. Please. Give me 1 second. And I'm gonna talk more about today's video. I couldn't share all I wanted to say today on the video that I posted earlier. Hold on, give me a minute. I gotta make sure I'm working my own self. You feel me? I gotta give my own self some love, which that's what I do. Give myself some hearts because I'm proud of me. Give me some strength. Give me some praying hands. Give me some of that. Give me some footsteps. I love emojis. So there you go. I give my own self to make sure everything is working. And let me say hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live. Feel free to comment. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. I put it in there. All right. All right, ladybugs and lady gentlemen. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm watching my own self as well. Yeah. So sorry how I'm looking here because I had to rush in this house and I literally just walked in my house. I grabbed the cup because I got to drink something. Um I want to just say for everybody that is subscribing to my channel and watching my videos and listening or whatever, I tell you I thank you. I really do thank you. Let me get situated here. I have notes. I don't know why, but I do notes now because there's so much I want to say, and I want to get this done in 1 hour. I ain't going no further than 1 hour, so I'm gonna try to chop everything up in 1 hour about narcs and sex. And when I say narcs and sex, it's because y'all call them narcs, but I used to be narcissistic as well before God changed my life. So I was narcissistic once upon a time, real bad. I came from a dysfunctional family, real bad. So if you know about dysfunctional families, you already know what you're gonna get out of the dysfunctional family. I'm sorry how I'm looking, but anyways, let's talk about y'all narc and sex. Now, you all know that I am a super empath, so I have narcissistic traits. Narcissistic traits. Y'all see I'm using these fingers. Narcissistic traits. I still carry those traits as well. I am a super empath, so I have empathic traits. So I got both traits strongly. Now, I all at first all I had was narcissistic traits. I didn't understand what dysfunctional was until 2019. Um, I understand being toxic. I was toxic, bad. I cursed a lot. I did smoke cigarettes. I smoked Newport Lights. I was in North Carolina, so they were like $5 a pack. I smoked for um I want to say 5 years, 5 or 6 years, and then I didn't like it because I just didn't like the smell and the smoke. So I did smoke cigarettes. I did drink. I drank for 9 years straight. 9 years straight. I drank a lot. Like I party a lot. I was a party animal. I came out of a dysfunctional family where it was horrible. Living in a dysfunctional family is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. All kinds of stuff happens to you. All kinds of things happen to you. You're gonna end up being molested. You're gonna end up being taught to lie. You're gonna end up keeping secrets. You're gonna end up suppressing hurtful feelings. You're gonna end up being angry and bitter, enraged. That's why I can handle narcs, and I give a lot of narc injuries in my lifetime. And it wasn't men. And I'm always put that out there. Men was not a problem for me, like getting in a relationship with a toxic man because I was a toxic woman. You get what I'm saying? So that didn't bother me. Like I hear a lot of women, and I feel sad for a lot of women because we know what goes on. We women, we work with two brain sides. We are very crafty and cunning. I was very vindictive. If you hurt me, it was an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So I was empty. I was an empty vessel at one point in my life. I got with my kid's father, which he's deceased. We were together for like 15 years, but we fought like, I mean, fist to fist, knots in my head, black eyes, I cut him up. I'm being honest, very honest with y'all. So I came from a background of rage and, molestation and lies and drugs. Now, the only drug I ever tried was marijuana. So I tried marijuana when I was 25 for 2 weeks. That's when me and my kid's father, we separated and we didn't get back together at that present time, which I didn't care. And just like any toxic woman or man or do, you'll go grab you another man, which I grabbed me another man, and just had in my comfort, like, grabbed them up. Now that I retract whatever this narcissistic stuff, I'll be like, ooh, girl, you was narcissistic as crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really was. I was very dysfunctional. My vocabulary was like, ugh. The only reason why I did not give out my body like that is because when I had got touched by family members, it kind of hindered me from wanting to have sexual intercourse with people. Like, it shut me down sexually, which that was a plus. Because now that I know giving out your body so quick and fast, they'll talk about you, they'll say this about you. But, sexual activity was like a shutdown for me because of my childhood. So um fast forward to that, I went through a lot. Like, I took a lot. And I can help a lot, but you got to walk with me. When I tell you don't turn back, don't turn back, because as y'all hear a lot of toxic people talk on y'all, on these lives and videos. And like I say, my bestie, I be learning, I take it from his man perspective because I know what he mean, and I use it for a woman perspective, which I was not a fragile woman because I had to be in survival mode my whole life. So I never knew how to just rest my mind or ease my mind. So I know how to multitask like crazy. So I can multitask like 4 or 5 different situations. Even that's why, like, from November, let me see, no, from October to now, the warfare on me was so heavy, but the ones that was giving the warfare to me did not know that I knew how to handle much warfare before I moved back to Maryland in North Carolina. I went through a lot of warfare. I went through shootouts. My house was shot down a lot. Like, gunplay was real heavy at my house in North Carolina. I was around a lot of demonic people, including myself. Don't leave me out. I was demonic as well. I had so many demons on me, y'all. I could not believe it. And I was so heavy. Like, the demonic forces that be on us or planted in us, it was so heavy. Like, my voice was like so deep because I was so dark. You get what I'm saying? I was very dark. And I would get a guy. I had one guy. He was a sweetheart. Let me tell you, not he was a sweetheart, but he wasn't for me. I couldn't love him, and he wanted to like hold my hands. He died too last year, and I was at that time. I was 19 in the world, going in the world. As always been in the world, in the streets, not like prostituting or nothing like that. Like I said, sexual activities was not the thing for me. Fighting was my thing, like boxing and cutting, or I never dealt with too many guns because gunplay, you taking a life. But I only fought because I had a whole lot of bitterness in my soul, in my spirit, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know nothing about God. Let me get y'all with that right now too. I didn't know anything about God. We did not get taught about God. We did not get taught about spiritual realm. And I got taught about that by God himself in 2019 when he came for me. And it was so hard to understand the spiritual world. Like, I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Like, listen, praying and all that, repenting and all. I never heard those words. I hear people say we pray, but I would see otherwise in my home. If the church people knock on your door, like the Jehovah Witness people, they used to knock on our door. Me and my uncle used to, we used to let them come in and we would pick with them. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew it was a bunch of baloney with these people, but we never prayed like family reunions and all that. We was not family oriented like a lot of families are. That was not us. You get what I'm saying? So I came from a background of pain, a lot of pain. You get what I'm saying? A lot of family pain. And I didn't understand it, so I suppressed it, but I moved away at a very young age because I was like, my hometown, I can't take it no more. It was no love, it was no compassion, it was no understanding, it was no communication. We ghost each other, we cheated on each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, we stripped each other from everything because you only teach what you're taught, and they was only taught what they taught us, and that was nothing. I'm being real with you. It was just nothing. You get what I'm saying? And they gave me a hard time this year because I am the generational curse breaker, which it is horrible to do. Like, man, the family that I didn't want to lose, I lost. You get what I'm saying? The ones that came at me, I'm like, what? You bit me? So the warfare is really real. Like, when you the truth teller, or you the one that's to break the generational curse or whatever, believe me, your family is going to come against you. Your family is the worstest ones that can ever hurt anybody. And when I had to come up against my family, you best to believe it broke me down because I was like, no, I got to lose this family member. I got to lose that family member. But I had to do what I had to do because for the new generation to come in, you do not want these kids, and these kids are dying. Like, these kids is being touched. You think people just born homosexual? No, it's uncles. Like I said, I don't like that word uncle. I can't stand that title unless you got good uncles. Hey, give them a round of applause, pat them on the back, because honey, it's something about uncles. I don't know what it is about those folks, but it's just Satan sits in that title, and them men's called uncles. It's something wrong with those folks, and I just don't do them. And I protected my kids at all costs when it came to dealing with family members. So my kids never knew much of nothing about my childhood until 2 years ago, and I sat them down, and they felt a certain way, but it was time to tell them. So fast forward, when it came to sex, I didn't have feelings either. It was just like, we sexed, you done, I'm done. I used to even cut the activity off as we were going because it just did something to me. So it's really, really hard when you don't understand how empty, scorned children, like, we were scorned by family members. We were scorned by people that's supposed to love us and protect us and, help us come up with great understanding, great communication. Let me tell y'all, like I said, it took from 2019 till now for me to even get on YouTube because I was not a talker. I was very introverted. I was very private because I didn't trust no one. No one, because if your family will hurt you, what else other people would do to you? It don't add up. The math ain't gonna math. So I just stayed shut up and always had fun, always was joyful, never talked about nothing negative. But then when it's time, like now, and how bad the world is crying, I mean, like, souls are actually crying, and now they talking because it's so overwhelming in your heart, holding on to abuse and holding on to people hurting you. And I noticed when I talk on the internet, the people that really know the real deal, they don't want to comment, or they don't want to, take accountability. But people don't understand toxic people, and I talk to toxic people all the time because I once was one. We come from a background again of pain. Sex was only way we could express ourselves. I know it worked like that for me. Like, I didn't do all that holding hands, and definitely we ain't kissing, um, touching and hugging and cuddling and all that. I didn't do all of that in none of my relationships. So that is like, now I'm like, okay, I probably would even feel weird holding a hand now. You get what I'm saying? But I showed a lot of love to my kids. And I ain't kiss on my boys. I wish they would brought their lips over there on me. But I showed my daughter the feminine side of a woman, gave her all that I didn't have. So, we bond really, really close. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it because of family. Family will come at you hard because family don't want to be exposed. You're supposed to keep the family name. The family name got to be, we got to be golden up here, but it's not golden. When you hold on to all those lies and those secrets, and then you're going to carry that stuff with you in another relationship, you're going to carry that stuff with you in a marriage, you're going to trickle that stuff down to your kids. And then once things start getting rocky and wrong, guess what? You're going to be looking all over the internet for answers. But the answer is in you. Who hurt you first? You had to get hurt from your innocence. You're not just going to get a man and that man going to automatically cheat on you and you're going to break down instantly and cry and hold on and put your hooks into this man or woman. No, that stuff is inside of your spirit. You're broken inside. I can speak on it because I was always wondering why I'm getting in these relationships and they ain't lasting. How I'm getting in these relationships and I can detach from 15 years. I can detach from 10 years. I can detach from 6 years. How can I just detach like cold turkey? I didn't understand that I had a spiritual self. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know this. I didn't know nothing about this. I was dumb as a doorknob. I mean, like, what we were talking about? So when I started getting introduced to YouTube, and I didn't do social media, so social media is a real big plus for me, y'all. Please excuse my hair, but this is I mean just me. I got introduced to social media in 2019. My kids always had social media, but I had other fish to fry. I had to take care of kids. I had to take care of home. I had to make sure my kids had everything, their license, their diplomas, they got their cars, I mean their homes, I made sure they had all that. That was my main focus. So I didn't have time to, sit around on social media. I never was a gossiper. I never had friends. So I don't know how I feel to hang around with friends and I still don't do friends. I mean, that's just me. Um, I do want to love. I do want to love. One day I am going to get that love, but it takes work, and that's why I am really die hard on self care. Lock up your cookie. Lock up your pretzel stick. It's nothing wrong with locking that up because that is just what demonic people want. They want that sexual connection because, like I said, that's the only way that we could express ourselves. You get what I'm saying? To like we got emotions. Like I know when I was, in the intimacy position, it was like I could show my whole self right here. So when I'm finished, I already know it's a rip. Don't touch me. You better get off me. I'm saying I'm really like that. Like get off of me. We finished. Go turn over that way. Turn on TV. Get a drink. Get a cigarette. Do what you do. And that's what you normally do. Grab a cigarette after intercourse if you understand if you're toxic. And I know y'all understand, but I'm gonna tell you what, I keep it 1 million over here, but I have to rearrange my words because the guidelines or whatever. But when you're dealing with a toxic person, just say you came out of a great home and you want a bad boy or you want a bad girl. We wasn't the ones you wanted. And we seemed cool, we seemed fun, we seemed like we were there. But my relationships, they were actually holding on to me. I was holding on to my kids, and they were holding on to me because I was just a free spirit. I was just a female that nobody gonna lock me down. I had a bad childhood, and when they used to ask me about my childhood, I was like, "Oh, I was just a little nappy head little girl." Oh, and how was your mother? She was good. How was your dad? He was good. Lying like crazy. I was like, why are these people asking me all these questions about my childhood? What that got to do with me? But it had a lot to do with me. It had a lot to do with my stability, my mindset, my heart, my soul, my spirit. It had a lot to do with me because I was so dysfunctional. I'm thinking me getting money, me owning a home at 30, me getting a piece of land, having cars paid off. I thought I was doing it. No, I was doing nothing but tearing everything up and having to get. I know I had over 35 cars. I can trust and believe me, I had over 35 cars. I mean, it was just nothing I wanted to hold on to. Furniture, man, I had so much furniture. I just blow money in materialistic stuff. Like my kids gonna get it all. I didn't get none of it. So that was my go-to is just to get my kids a good life that I didn't have. But that was still it ended up wrong. My kids went astray, and I'm like, what is going on? When they start getting in them streets and getting in that gang and they throwing up this and popping guns, I was like, oh, this is getting so dangerous. And it made me relive my childhood. And I was like, wow, my kids acting like how I came up, but I didn't show them this, but it was a spiritual, it was demonic You passing your seed down to your kids. I taught my kids how to be tough. I taught my daughter how to be rough. Don't let no man get over on you, just because I knew what it was gonna be. Like everybody seemed like homosexuality is a big thing. That stuff been in our families for years, even before us. Go back in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. Go back to our great grandfathers, like my grandfather, he's still living. And I went over there today. Me and my cousin Nisi, and she was talking about some stuff about the family that family now is talking about. And I'm looking at her like, baby, you really don't want to know what went on in the family, but she want answers. I said, you're gonna have to go to your dad. You go to unc. Go to unc about what's going on in the family. Like, it's now coming out, and a lot of stuff is now coming out. We got battered for it, beat down, tire slashed, all this other stuff, just because they're trying to protect an image that is nothing but a big old lie. But being as though I can be narcissistic and I can get really ugly, or I'm gonna be empathic. I can be empathic, like I can give you so much love, but when I notice that you're demonic or you're not trying to be genuine, then I have to pull back, and then I have to match energy. That's how it is when you give narc injuries. And we'll talk more about the narc injury. But sexually, I need y'all to lock up your cookie jars. Put a lock on your cookie jar. Put a lock on your pretzel sticks in the cookie jar. Because this is why you all having these soul ties, and I hear a lot of women crying, I can't get out of it. I'm sitting here. You're poisoned. You just let poison in. Y'all got to know, y'all got to go back to condoms. Why nobody want to use condoms anymore? What's up with the condoms? Get you some plastic boys. You can go to health department. They got them in the bag. They got the lubrication for it. If you're allergic, find out what you ain't allergic to, because if y'all giving it out this easy, somebody took you. Believe me, somebody took you, somebody introduced you to sexual activities at a young age. I'm here to tell you, you can't tell me now. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, because you're not gonna just go out there and just throw yourself out there for $1, or you ain't gonna go throw yourself out there to a man or a woman just like that, just free of charge. I'm just gonna throw it out there. And then when they leave you hanging, then you're crying and you're on internet looking for, answers. You are the answer. You're giving it away. Like I said before, I used to talk to guys. I had a fetish for dudes, because I'm like, man, I like the way they think. They're masculine and they're strong. But they used to always tell me, Siobhan, you know what's wrong? You know the problem? Men feel like women give up the cookie too quick. And when you give up the cookie too quick, guess what? They lose all respect. I mean, many men told me this. They give it up too quick. They don't know how to hold on to it. You can talk them out of their underwear anytime. I'm like, no. And I'm looking at myself like, man, I'm glad I got hurt a little bit. Y'all ain't gonna be talking about me like you're talking about them. You feel me? But it ain't talking about you. Is that they're broken, they're demonic, you're demonic, because you ain't gonna let no demon in if you're healed. And I stress that a lot. You is not gonna let no demon inside of your home, if you are healed. That's just simple as that. Like, now I'm healed. I'm not gonna let no toxic man that's still smoking cigarettes, still drinking, still doing whatever into my life. Because guess what? Then I'm gonna be weak again, and I'm gonna go right on down that same road. I ain't gonna say it ain't tempting, but I can't do it. It's sometimes you're gonna just have to say no, turn your head, because if you let it in, then guess what? You heal for nothing. And I'm definitely ain't going out here giving nobody my cookie. All that 5 years I done sat on myself and put in the work and crying and sweating big fat raindrops, because I can't get nothing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to go through it. I had to go through the process. I loved it. Y'all say corn. I loved it, those XXX videos real bad, because I was like, I ain't let nobody touch me. I'll touch myself. But I had to get out of that, because it was draining me and I didn't want nobody to touch me. So it's a lot that we can talk about. I got to talk about. I'm not trying to be up here long either. Hey, Houston in the house. Hey, I see y'all over there. Look, y'all, I ain't got my glasses on. Y'all trying to make my age come out. Don't be playing with me with all this. Give me some emojis. Houston in the house. Would you say Houston in the bill? Damage controller. Yes, baby, you showed up over here. We was on the other page. That's what I'm talking about. Ohio, get up out of here. I was in Ohio in September. I went to Ohio, Cleveland. I think it was Cleveland. Man, y'all people know how to go get down there. Like y'all are really. I don't know how it is. I mean, it's crazy everywhere. If it's a human, it's crazy. But y'all pretty straight down there. And I ate at oh Hero, Heroes. It's a sub place, and I got a sub called Roman. It's a burger and it's some meat on it. That sub was lit. I think it's Heroes if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, y'all pretty cool down there in Ohio. I like y'all. Y'all pretty cool. Y'all ain't up for 6 hours, and I'm a driver, so I'll get on the highway real quick. Y'all say, "Come on to Ohio, Shabbat. We're gonna what?" Now I don't party now. I dance and I love music. I couldn't put my music on tonight because I had to rush in here and get on live. I do love music. I do love God. I do love the show. I do love the Holy Spirit, but I am transparent in my mission. So I got to go in the darkness to bring y'all over to the light. Because, honey, coming to the light, let me tell y'all right now, it's hard. It's hard, especially with a person like me. I had a bad attitude, and then I had to go through a test of taking all of those names, and they calling names, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need two knives. I want to be Edward Scissorhands on these people, but I couldn't. I had to endure. I mean, I had to endure all of that backlash just to get me or have me overcome my anger. I had a bad anger problem. Like when I tell y'all, I used to box. I used to kickbox. I used to go and I used to buy swords. I used to buy knives. I was really, really bad because my childhood was so ugly. I had to protect myself. So my thing was if you hurt me, I'm gonna break blood from you, and that was a bad way to think. And when you're dark like that, you think in your head nobody else can hurt you on top of the world with battling. But it what helped me or what stopped me is with my ex, the last one, when I tore my right, because I know how to use both hands. But when I tore my right shoulder cuff trying to kill him, and that let me know right then, listen, girl. And I talk. This is how I talk to myself. Listen, girl. You doing too much. You are 40 some years old and you playing around like a kid again. I always talk to myself just as well as I say it to you all. So I had a lot of healing from 2019 to now. Now I can talk to y'all because I had to go through some mental cleansing. I had to go through some physical cleansing. I even had panic attacks. I had anxiety attacks. I had an enlarged vein. It was real bad. They had to put them little patches on my heart and all. When I tell y'all I done been through some stuff, listen to me. When you're dealing with toxic people, which I was once upon a time, let me tell you something. We was no good. We never was no good. We were manipulators. I could manipulate real bad. You get what I'm saying? And I'll be like, ooh, it fell for it too. But you live and learn. And I had my share of karma and I took it like a G because guess what? If I can dish it, I should be able to take it. I took accountability. I asked everybody that I thought I hurt or hurt, please forgive me. I mean, you just got to do that if you want to prosper, you know what I'm saying? Or you want to heal or you want to move forward. Now I can move forward because I had to put the work in. It took me 5 years to put work in to get where I'm at now. And I had a little reset um January, I want to say, yeah, January to February. I had a little setback because it was a horror demon I had to, stand up to in a guy, which was a family member. I had to stand up because I already knew you too weak for me. I don't care how your image is in the world. I know you. So, I had to do a lot of battling. When my daughter passed away, I didn't have time in the morning. So I started busting out crying on the highway, just crying. I mean, crying wasn't even in my in my agenda. Crying, if I see a person crying, I'd be like, oh, they soft. But crying actually is very, very, very now it's very soothing because it seemed like it just released like everything. And I'm a crybaby now. Like I cry. Like when I used to throw knives and hands, now I throw 911. I do not play with an art. And that's one thing about a toxic person. Let me tell you, we hate go to jail. I want to fight. I want to cut. But soon you say, I'm going to lock you up. I used to be on a bus. I used to be in the car. If I had a plane ticket, I'm on the plane because I didn't want to go to jail. So if I don't want to go somewhere, why keep doing stupid stuff? Why keep doing foolish stuff? I used to drink and drive and everything. I used to do it all. So I'm going to tell you, you can change. You can rearrange your life. But giving up, hi. I can't see what you're saying. I got to look over here. Not the we. Yes, I used to do it all. I mean, like really talk, but when I tell y'all lock up your cookie jars, lock up your cookie jars because when people are toxic, they lay eggs. They lay toxic eggs. Your children gonna become toxic. You're gonna become toxic. You're gonna teach your kids nothing because it drains you. It drains you mentally. It drains you spiritually. It drains you physically. You see people with black things under their eyes. You see them like you see a lot of women. They be like real black and dark under here because they're drained. They're drained from their energy because they're trying to catch a fantasy and it ain't working. Sex ain't no fantasy. You just get in and truth be told, y'all know that them narcs ain't narking that sex the way it is because they don't even want it. I mean, they know give it to you one, two, three, four, five, six, seven times, then you should be set because I'm not gonna keep giving it to you because they got other people to go to. They got other people they jump to. And everybody they ain't having sex with. They're not having sex with everybody. They probably got this man or woman over here that allow them to be themselves. You get what I'm saying? I never picked somebody that was a good person, like a good guy. Like I am in college and I got a degree in the doctors. I'm like, nah, I can't even go around your family because if they even come wrong, I'm gonna cuss them out. You know, that's how I used to be. I was not playing. I was a G in the streets. You get what I'm saying? But trying to get with somebody that's just so uppity, I was like, nah, they got a lot of problems right there. They too uppity. They hiding something. I always could see ahead of time, like when somebody trying to act too righteous. Yeah, you got a whole lot of skeletons in that soul. So once you open that heart, all them bones gonna fall out. They've been molested or they done molested. Them narcs being the real full blown demons. They be in the high. They be up in the judge and the sheriffs and all them people right there. Cause it's this that makes them go and they'll do whatever it takes to keep this rolling because they want to live this lifestyle called denial. Money is a person's denial. It's not who they are. It's they living in denial. So I got money. That's why you see people flashing money. I'm rich. I'm rich. We can do this. We can come on over here. They want to buy your attention. They need your attention because if you can keep them with attention, guess what? They ain't got to worry about talking about who hurt them or who they hurt. Because a lot of them love this internet. That's why I always tell y'all women, if y'all got daughters, young daughters, check your daughter's phone. My daughter didn't get no phone until she was 18. My daughter did not even know the streets until she was 18 years old. She got out in the streets at 22 years old and ended up, after her father passed away, it went downhill. Went down here and right here, I can show y'all. This is her first, and I look at this picture every time. This was when I first discovered that she was on drugs. This picture right here, when I first discovered that she was on drugs. Yes, her. And I never understood why she was on drugs. Like, who? It's a lot we have to do. It's a lot. We got to save kids. You got to save your children. That toxic person is only going to just keep you down. I'm telling y'all from experience. Them men never understood why they couldn't hold me down. I couldn't be held. Man, I'm toxic. You toxic. We fighting. We cussing. We fussing. And they would say, "Why you smoking them cigarettes? Why you evil?" They call you evil. I call them evil back. We all evil. And I'm smoking. They'd be like, I don't like you smoking cigarettes, and you're not gonna control me either. It's a whole lot of stuff that I can talk about. But I just want to give y'all a little rundown about me so y'all can understand well how she can get up here and say this and how she can get up there and say that is because I used to be a toxic woman. I just didn't do a lot of men. Now I was flirty. Let me say that I was very flirty. I grab a man and grab his. I worked at a big job. I was a union store, and them men just they would gravitate against me because I'm very high spirit. So I was like, listen, and they'll come around me. Oh, you smell good. I'd be like, oh, this man don't know. I'll touch him real quick. I was flirty, but I just couldn't lay down with him because it was just something about what was inside of me that happened to me that the sexual activities just wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? Like if I did, it was like beat them to death. Yeah, that part. But anyways, y'all, I gotta go. I got to go shower. I'm just getting in this freaking house. We're gonna have fun doing this. I'm trying to give you a rundown so you can understand how I can tell you how to overcome something because I had to overcome all of that. I had to overcome all of it. I've been through everything that Satan could actually give you. Hold on, y'all. That Satan can actually bring to you. Okay, later. Y'all don't worry about what I'm doing. It's a text message, but yeah, Satan will have you doing some crazy stuff. So I overcame all of that, and I'm still in my right mind. So I want to get y'all to the point where y'all can still be in your right minds. You ain't got to sit on the couch and just cry about a man leaving you or crying about a man cheating on you. Because guess what? It's something going on with you if you're allowing this man to continuously cheating on you. Now, when my exes and them cheated on me, I was like, oh man, these people gonna make me open up my narcissistic side. And they didn't know I had it because I came in empathetic. I came in like I'm trying to love you, bro. But bro didn't want it. Bro was like, if he just said I was toxic, I'd be like, yeah, bet, let's hit that. We're gonna die on it. I'm gonna cheat on you too. But you don't want to live like that, y'all. You will lose a lot. I lost a lot playing those games because I didn't know what I was playing. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know that principalities and demons. Y'all, believe it or not, I'm just learning all of this in 2019 to now. I didn't know nothing about no demons and principalities and spirits. Y'all, listen to your girl. I thought it just like everybody else. This is a physical world. Now we in a spiritual world. That's why you can't beat, or if you do try to beat what you're beating, you pull yourself right back in it because you don't know how to stay away. So we got to work on the no contact. Silent treatment is crazy, man. I got silent treatment because I was around a lot of silent and secretive family members. So we do all that talking and having group chats and family members getting together and we sitting around the table and well, little Cassie is on weed or JJ is on liquor or Jonas is popping pills. We ain't have that. Let's go to therapy and go to prayer and repent and ask God for forgiveness. We ain't have that. So if y'all did have that, I wonder what's up. Y'all had way more than I did, and it's sad that to say that, but that's why I didn't do churches because I seen a lot of phoniness in it. And if y'all saying we serving a God that is more powerful than anything in this world, why is y'all sitting in there playing with somebody y'all saying is more powerful than this world? So I was like, I ain't messing with them type of folks, and I never did. I just looked another way and just took my toxic self, try to make a living, work myself to death because I was like, I ain't going homeless no more. But then getting into relationships, and I'm like, man, y'all don't know I detached. Homeless was my last name. I can jump out on a limb real quick. I jump in a leap of faith. Oh, you want this home? You can have this home. Bye. I jump out and go and find me another home. That's just how I was built. Because as a kid, I had to go in survival mode. So as an adult, what I had to do, I used my kid survival mode, that scoring kid, snatching clothes off the clothesline, putting on little holy shoes, but barely making it, going in the grocery store, get me some food off the shelf, get me whatever I need to eat. You get what I'm saying? I knew how to survive. And I was young. I was at the age of 9 doing this. So let me tell you, and I was a full-blown woman at the age of 15. So yeah, I can tell y'all a lot and I can help you overcome a lot. But if you don't listen, I can't save you. Before I get up off of here, I can't save you. That's something you're gonna have to want to do, but I can help you overcome it. Now I'm gonna tell you, when you pulling away from a toxic person, it get ugly. It get real ugly. And if you ain't got the strength to battle with a toxic person, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you will lose your life. And that's something I don't want you to do. Your kids will lose their life, or your kids will turn out being in prison. Like my son right now, my last child, he's 25. He's been in prison ever since 19. And I've been battling with that. My daughter, she went out there at 22 and ended up dying at 30. I had to deal with that. I had to deal with my dysfunctional self. I had to deal with that. I had to learn how to pray. I had to learn how to repent. I had to learn how to take accountability. I had to even learn how to tell y'all my story. So it's not as easy as everybody think it is to be a chosen one or a super empath or a narc. Listen, when you are narcissistic, it's a war going on in your head. You can't sleep. You have all kinds. I have PTSD because they tried to kill me with the gang stuff, retaliation. They ran a whole van through my house, and I ain't never been right with that since. You get what I'm saying? So I've been through a lot. So I'm just giving y'all a rundown on me so you can understand how I can come up here and talk to y'all because with God first, we got to put Him first. He helped me overcome everything. And like I said, I can be narcissistic or I can be empathic. And that is what a super empath is. We're not righteous people. We're not superheroes. You get what I'm saying? We ain't none of that. We just overcame a lot of mountains due to God. You get what I'm saying? And that's about it. Now we ain't all this magical, oh, they righteous, they the best. Y'all want my super empath? Y'all want my meat suit? If I could zip in this meat suit down and give it to one of y'all, I tell you what, y'all will throw it back at me. That's how crucial it is to be a super empath. So don't think that a narc is just, easy to win. No, a narc is not easy to win. And it's not easy to turn from a toxic person to a empathic person. So you got to put a lot of work in. So I'm gonna help a lot of women. And for the men, y'all gonna have to go to life coaches like Leon, mental health. It's a lot of HG tutor. Don't listen. I don't know the man name all the way. Don't tell him don't come for me because I don't need to give him injury. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, it's a lot of life coaches out there as men. Men go to them, and I notice men. I've been around a lot of toxic men all my life. Y'all are scared to put that ego down, man. Drop that ego real quick. That ego ain't nothing but a demon and imaginary friend. Drop it so you can live and get you a righteous woman that, that's did the work. If you got you one that didn't do the work, hey, you in trouble, my man. Your press will stick your and be, you get what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, I see y'all later. I have to go take a shower, okay? We'll talk more. I'll try to do more lives. We gonna chop it up. But I just want to give y'all a rundown on me and Narc and Sex on me, how I used to be. So y'all can understand why am I talking to y'all or why I'm saying this or why I'm saying that. Because you can overcome it. I had to. Okay, Tokyo. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going down? You say, right, spiritual hosts, yes, so wickedness in high places. Listen, I had to learn this. I'm telling y'all the real truth. I had to learn that we had a spiritual world. Like, I'm like, man, there's some real stuff. We are really battling with darkness. Like, darkness is trying to take everybody. That's why we're losing our children at young age. You see kids being sacrificed. And this stuff is all in the word. I had to read this stuff, and it was hard for me to even read the word. I'm like, what? I don't understand this stuff. But I asked God, I said, if you want me to read it, you got to give me the understanding. And trust me, He did. Not man, no preacher or no pastor. I don't fool with them people anyways, because them preachers, they on some other stuff too. That's where them real demons at right there. They manipulate you right out your pocketbook in 45 minutes. Man, them people real. You feel me? And messing with little boys and girls. I went to a Catholic church. They mess with boys bad and stuff. Y'all, there's some real stuff. I done seen some stuff out of my eyes. But I gotta go Tokyo, Ohio, Houston. I've been to Houston too. I went to Houston to see no other than TD Jakes, baby. I ain't got nothing to do with it, but yeah, I went to see him in Houston at the Lighthouse Church. Pastor Keon and his wife, Shaq's wife. I don't know her name, but yeah, I went to see them. It was Pastor Keon's birthday, and TD Jakes preached at his church. And I ain't been back since. And we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna keep it and go on because I don't gossip about people. Y'all already got enough stuff going on in the headlines about everything. I just pray for people because nobody is perfect. We all got flaws. Only thing I say is if you ain't trying to do the right thing, do not bring God in it because that is not who you want to play with. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Leave God out of it. Don't even bring them in it. Don't even try to use them for nothing. Just do your thing, do what you got to do, and be happy and lock up your cookies and lock up your pretzel sticks and stop letting these men and women in your house and you ain't did no background check on them to see if they done got themselves together. If you're still in the stage of you feeling you want to get a little razzle dazzle, man, I'd just rather for you to go to them X-rated movies and just be done with it. Go to the toy shop and just be done with it, rather bringing it in a human demon in your home and corrupt your home, and then you back down on square one again. You're crying again. You're around here losing your mind. Your phone lines all over the world. Listen, lock it up. You're gonna get urges. Like I said, go to the candy shop and get what you like and go on about your life and just keep praying to get over that. But don't keep letting people in your life here, here. Don't let it, because this is where y'all getting stuck at. That's why y'all down on, on a dopamine, like, I don't know what to do. I can't get it together. You can't get it together because you keep getting it in. Get it out. Let it go. Be done. I'm telling you from a real life story. Let it go. Okay? But I gotta go, y'all. See ya. And be great. Because that's what we're gonna be. We ain't rejects. We're great. See ya.